pansexual, I think they're also including transgender people. Like they don't discriminate based off sex or gender, right? When it comes to pansexual people, I normally just say bisexual with some sprinkles, but I digress, right? The entire point is there are specific factors when it comes to different sexualities. Queer is simply just the umbrella term without specifying the sexuality.
I'm curious because you just spent about an hour arguing with the last guest that gender and sex are different things. So,
yeah.
And you're saying that somebody who identifies as a trans woman is a woman, is what you were saying.
Uh-huh.
So why would there be a different sexuality to encompass those gender identities? If trans women are women...
That's what queer is for. That's exactly what queer is for.
Yeah, I'm asking you to explain to me why. So if trans women are women...
What do you mean why? I'm trying
to explain it. I'm trying to explain my question to you so that you can answer it. So if trans women are women, they're no different to women, right? That was your logic earlier. They're no different to women because woman is just a social category. So somebody who identifies into that category is a woman. That was your logic earlier. You'd spent a long time explaining that to Christy.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are women, why wouldn't they just be a lesbian woman, a bisexual woman? Is there a reason that they would have to be pansexual to incorporate trans women? Or are you saying that trans women aren't women, which is why there has to be another sexuality to encompass them?
Can you please tell me, what is the sex of a transgender woman?
It's not about sex, is it?
No. Can you please answer me that? What is the sex of the transgender woman?
It's a male.
Right. They are male. They are biologically male.
Concession.
They hold on. This is not a concession. I'm getting to my point.
You just argued for
this is
an
not,
hour with
hold on,
Christy
hold on.
how
This
sex is irrelevant.
Hold on.
Why is sex now relevant? I'm curious.
Can I please explain? Oh my God. Holy shit.
Guys, he's switching up. Sex is now relevant. So a trans women
are you done? Are you done?
Women not,
are you done? Are you done? Are you done? So again, we understand that transgender women that identify as women are still biologically male, right? So if they're still biologically male, that doesn't make them men. They identify as women. The same way transgender men are biologically female. They just identify as men. Okay. No. Please.
Look, I'm 2 steps ahead of you because I already know this.
So again, right? There's a reason why we just use queer if nobody wants to specify what their sexuality is. Why does there need to be a specific sexuality for transgender people? Why do they need to make one for transgender people? Why? What's the point?
I don't know. It's your argument. You said that pansexual
Again,
you said that
pansexual is some. Do I have? Oh my God! Do I have to look up pansexual to you? Do I have to read pansexual to you? Do I have to read pansexual to you?
I'd rather you didn't because you keep reading ChatGPT, and I'm not sure if you know that ChatGPT is a large language model. So I'm helping you.
It's not ChatGPT. Please shut the fuck up. So according to the Trevor Project, right? Pansexuality is a sexual orientation in which a person experiences romantic, emotional, or sexual attraction to people of any gender, right? Of any gender, right? So regardless of their sex, right? Somebody can be sexually attracted to a woman that is biologically male, biologically female, or they can be attracted to a man that is biologically female or biologically male. They don't care about the sex at all. That's why we use terms like pansexual for those that are attracted to somebody of any gender. Why does there have to be a sexuality solely for transgender people when we already have the umbrella term of queer? That's literally the entire point of the umbrella term of queer.
Cool. Thank you for disproving your own argument. My job's done. I can talk you through it if you like.
This motherfucker. What the hell?
Hey, look, I could talk you through it, but you just won't let me talk. So I can talk you through why that's a concession if you want me to. I'm happy to do that.
Am I being trolled right now? Am I being trolled right now? Am I like why?
Look, please don't crash out because it ruins the conversation.
So Wildcat, I'm not crashing out. Wildcat, you are so embedded in trying to nitpick the term queer.
No,
why?
I'm trying to explain my logic to you.
No. Your logic is you're very invested in the term queer. Why are you part of the community?
I'm not invested in the term queer. I'm just.
Are you part of the community?
Yes.
Okay. So why are you? If you're part of the community, then what is so hard with you trying to understand why the term queer is used?
Well, respectfully, you haven't actually let me explain any of my argument for the last 5 minutes.
Okay, go ahead. The floor is yours. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So,
go ahead.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. I'm going to try, but if you keep saying go ahead, I won't be able to. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, let me help
Thank you. You can mute up if you like, and that would allow me to speak. Great, thanks. So when we're referring to sex and gender, if gender is separate, and I agree with you that gender is separate to sex, we don't necessarily need to have a third category. So if there's lesbian, gay, and bisexual, lesbian and gay are the same thing, it's just male and female. And then bisexual is you're attracted to both of those sexes, and trans women are women, and trans men are men. We wouldn't need to have that other category of pansexual. So this just leads to the logical conclusion that the term queer as an umbrella term to encompass pansexual is irrelevant. Or are we not saying that sex and gender are different? It's up to you. Go for it.
I just want to make sure you're done. Is that it?
Sure.
Okay. So again, right? If we're talking about the social construct and understanding the difference between sex and gender, I specifically looked up the term for pansexual and how it entails that you can be attracted to any gender, right? And regardless of anyone's sex, to include transgender people that are aligned with someone being sexually attracted to them, right? Did I not say that?
I just don't see how that responds to what I just said.
Did you not hear me say that though?
The definition of pansexual is irrelevant because you say that gender and sex are different.
It absolutely is irrelevant. All of the definitions for sexualities are irrelevant. The same way I already looked up the clear definition for queer as well, that makes it an umbrella term for anyone to use without having to specify what their sexuality is. You're so focused on, since transgender people identify as this, since trans people identify as that, then that makes the term pansexual and queer irrelevant. But again, that's not your place. That's not your place in the community. If somebody wants to identify as queer without specifying that sexuality, that is their choice to identify as queer. No different from it's literally the transgender person's choice to identify how they want to identify. That's literally the entire point of that.
Okay. Somebody in the comments wants you to
don't focus on the comments. You're talking to me.
Well, the reason that I ask is because they are saying that I'm only considering queer to be in reference to sexuality, but I'm just using your framework for that. So could queer, for example,
my framework of what? My framework of what?
What queer means, your schema for what queer is.
For being an umbrella term, I'm a schemer for what queer means? What?
Schema, your framework for what queer means.
Okay, all right.
So you were saying that it refers to sexuality, but do you want to incorporate anything other than sexuality into what the term queer is an umbrella term for?
It also can be for non-binary people, for transgender people. That's literally how that works. That it's also included for them as well.
Okay, so it's also for identity. So it's not just about conveying to somebody what their sexual identity is.
Queer is an umbrella term used to describe sexual and gender identities that are not straight. What I literally said from the beginning. Non-straight people.
Can transsexual people be straight?
What is transsexual?
So transsexual is an alternative term for transgender. Many people within the community use it to denote that they've actually had sex reassignment surgery.
An individual whose gender identity fundamentally differs from the sex they are assigned at birth. Okay, so they can still call themselves queer as well.
Yeah, I'm asking you, can they be straight?
Can they be straight? No,
The
because
answer-
again,
the answer
no,
is yes.
But again, what's the point if they're not going to? So they're going to identify as straight.
Why?
No, they're going to. So again, they're going to identify as straight, right? But queer is still an umbrella term for non-straight people.
So why does it incorporate trans people?
Because it has to do with gender identities as well outside of sexuality.
Well, there's no correlation there, is there? So
There is a correlation.
Well, trans people can be straight.
So they're going to call themselves straight and not queer. That's their choice. That's the whole point of identity and how they choose to identify.
Yeah, ergo, queer is not a term for non-straight people because some straight people are included in it.
Thank you so much. You're proving my point again, because if they're going to identify as straight, then there's no reason to use the term queer. It's for queer, non-queer people, non-straight people. Fuck. It's for non-straight people.
But like 3 minutes ago, you just said that it incorporates people with a gender identity.
Yes, but if they're going to identify as straight, then they don't have to use queer. What the fuck?
I'm not saying this to be rude to you, but sometimes if you write stuff down, it helps to kind of track what the person's saying. And I'm not saying it to be rude to you, but there's nothing that I've said that's like confrontational or rude.
Sir, just so we're very clear, I don't know what your fixation is with being queer, right?
I don't have a fixation with it.
You clearly have you clearly have a fixation on the term queer.
You asked me the question, and I'm engaging with it. That was the whole premise of coming up here.
What does the question say? Without using religion, why is being queer wrong? Does it not say that?
Yeah, and I'm answering it.
Right, the only thing you're doing, right? The only thing you've done is nitpick the term queer, and I'm asking people, why is it wrong to be non-straight?
It's not nitpicking,
Why?
It's a debate.
You nitpick it from the very beginning.
It's
you
a
did.
Debate. You asked me the question,
Sir.
I'm debating it.
Sir. What does the question say?
Yeah, I'm answering the question.
No. Please read it again. What does the question say?
Why is being queer wrong?
Okay, then. And if I'm sitting here telling you that it is an umbrella term to represent people that are non-straight, right, and non-conforming or non-binary, right, why is it that you are the only one that wants to nitpick the term queer when you fully understand where I'm going with the question? Most people that come up here know exactly how to answer the question, because I'm not talking about the umbrella term. You're the only one here that wants to nitpick the umbrella term.
So the point of a debate is that we each expose the fault in each other's logic. And so what I'm trying to do is expose the fault in your logic. So you're saying that a non-binary person, which is a trans identity, can be included in the term queer, but not if they identify as straight, which is a fault in your logic.
No, they're going to choose to identify as straight if they don't want to use the term queer. That's the whole point of an umbrella term, sir. Again, you're continuing to nitpick it because you're thinking, oh, well, there's no point in using it in the first place. But I'm telling you, that's based off of someone's individual choice on how they want to identify, right? Let's be clear about something. I never once denied that transgender people or trans people cannot be straight. They can be straight, right? That doesn't change the fact that queer is an umbrella term for both sexuality and gender identity.
So queer is an identity claim.
It is both an umbrella term for sexuality and gender identity. Did I not say that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So in
And how
other
somebody-
words, so in other words, I'm just checking that I understand it. That's the point of asking the question. So in other words, it's an identity claim.
It is both it is both an umbrella term for sexuality and gender identity.
Okay.
According to the American Psychological Association, yes, transgender people can absolutely be straight and queer at the same time. This is because gender identity of who you are and sexual orientation of who you love are two completely separate aspects of identity. Transgender refers to gender. It means your internal gender identity differs from the sex you were assigned at birth. Straight refers to sexuality. It means that you are romantically and sexually attracted to people of a different gender. Queer refers to the broader LGBTQ plus umbrella term. Historically, queer was a pejorative term, but it has been widely reclaimed by the LGBTQ plus community. Today, it acts as a synonym for the LGBTQ in the name.
Yeah, that's my point. Thank you for clarifying. So we agree.
What is your point? That queer just shouldn't exist?
So that you can be queer and straight.
But if you can be queer and straight, then what is the point of you saying then the queer is? What is your point of saying queer is irrelevant? It shouldn't be used. What is your point in that?
Because you can be queer and straight.
But
so
you said from the beginning that queer just shouldn't be used at all.
Yes, because if you can be queer and straight, that's an oxymoron. That's a contradictory statement.
It's for non-straight people that still want to use the term queer. And it also is for people with different gender identities. A transgender person can still call themselves queer and be straight.
Yeah,
because again,
I told you that. I told you that about 5 minutes ago. You then had to read it off.
No, you didn't. You did not say that 5 minutes ago. You literally been arguing this entire time that the queer term shouldn't exist. That's what you said. You said the queer term shouldn't exist.
Term. And we finally got you to the point where you agreed that it's an oxymoron.
Again, hold on. It is not your place to think that it's an irrelevant term, because clearly this acknowledges that you can use it for. How the fuck is it your call to try and erase the term of queer at all?
Is it your call not to?
No. Is it your place?
Are we appealing to authority?
Is it your place? Is it your place or your feelings at all that validate trying to erase the term of queer?
Excuse me, I didn't say that I'm trying to erase the term queer.
No. Is it your place at all? Is it your place? Is your place? Is it your? Hold on. Is it your place at all? Is it your place at all to feel that this word shouldn't be used, or you feel it's an oxymoron?
Yeah, I'm allowed to have an opinion.
So an opinion doesn't give you authority. That's my entire point. An opinion doesn't have authority.
And how does that disprove my argumentation at all? How does that engage with my argumentation?
Your entire argument was that it shouldn't exist. That was your entire argument. That's why I'm sitting here telling you now, again, not your fucking place. Your opinion doesn't fucking matter. And people are still going to use the term queer because it's an umbrella term, as I stated before. Did I not say that?
Just out of curiosity, what's your level of education?
I really don't care. What's your question?
What's your level of education?
I have a bachelor's in science and information technology. What's the point? What is your point?
Because you're coming off as if you've never entered an educational facility in your life. My entire point was not that I want to erase. We've had a 10-minute conversation, and my entire point was
you literally just sat here. You literally just sat here.
I said I think it's a redundant term.
Hold on.
And I explained why.
Thank you so much. You use your feelings to think it's an oxymoron, redundant term. At the end of the day, it's not your fucking place. That is your feelings, respectfully, sir. It's still an umbrella term. Thank you so much for proving my point again. You're just a bigot. Even if you're part of the community, you're just a fucking bigot.
I didn't use my feelings. I used logic.
You absolutely did. did.
Tell me which feeling I used.
Did you not essentially say, oh, you think it's an oxymoron, irrelevant term? That's your feelings.
How is that my feeling?
You
What's
think
the feeling?
it's you think
Tell me what a feeling is.
you think it is an irrelevant oxymoron term. That is your
Google.
feelings. You're giving your opinion.
That's a
Your
thought,
opinion.
isn't it?
Your
That's a
opinion.
thought. Just
It is your
review how you
opinion.
started.
It is your
Just-
opinion. It is your opinion, and it's based on feelings, sir. And because for some interesting reason you wanted to nitpick the term to say, "Oh, it's irrelevant. It shouldn't be used." Right? That's
Stop.
still your feelings, right? I'm really over whatever else you have to say, really, because you already trying to question my intelligence. It's wild as shit, right? I've been trying to be patient with you this entire time. Let's be clear about something, right? You have a problem with an umbrella term? Tough shit. Tough shit. Tough fucking
Don't.
shit. You do. You
You're
clearly do.
misrepresenting. You've lost. You lost the debate.
I'm misrepresenting how?
Start your
How am I
sentence
misrepresenting?
again.
How am I
Let me
misrepresenting?
talk. Let me talk and I'll tell you. Stop muting me. and
How
I'll
old are
tell
you, by the way? How old are you?
I told you at the beginning. I'm 41.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Just making sure.
So you started your sentence and it belied your point. You started your sentence with the words, you think. Thoughts are not feelings.
Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ. Dude. Again, you came up here with your opinion.
If I'm completely honest with you, I don't give a shit about the word queer. I don't care about the word queer.
Then why are you wasting my time? Why are you wasting my fucking time?
You asked me the question.
You're wasting my fucking time. You came up here to nitpick the meaning of queer, and then you're now telling me that you didn't care about the fucking queer. Like, what the fuck? Holy shit. Bro, I'm being fucking gaslit. I'm being fucking gaslit. Like, what the actual fuck? What the actual fuck? What the fuck? What the actual fuck, dude? What the hell? Who is Edna? Who the fuck is Edna? Who is Edna? Guys, who the hell is Edna? I don't see an Edna. I don't. Oh, Christy's still in the fucking request. Bye, heifer. Nope. Who is Edna? I don't see an Edna. I don't see an Edna. Who is... I don't see an Edna mode at all. Where do you see Edna? Phil was... What?
It's pill. It's age and pronouns, correct?
No, it's just your age.
Yeah, sure, I'm 21. You're my birthday as well?
Yes.
19th of June, 2005.
Okay. And just out of curiosity, what is your pronouns?
Oh, it's just he, him.
Okay. All right. How can I help you with the prompt?
Sure, I disagree with both prompts. Is there one that you prefer to talk on?
We can do one at a time. What was up? Why do you think being queer is wrong without using religion?
Yeah, I think being queer is wrong. Considering that queer is going to be used as a term which is in reference to one's gender identity or sexual orientation, which are going to be atypical of societal and traditional norms within society. It would be nonsensical because it can only be defined by what it isn't.
Okay. So why does it go against societal norms exactly?
I'm saying the term is literally in use. It's only in use when it comes to being in reference to someone's gender identity or sexual orientation, which is atypical of societal and traditional norms, which I'm sure you'd agree with. But my issue is this only tells me what it isn't. We're saying that basically a queer person is just someone who doesn't follow societal or traditional norms. I'm not saying it's wrong for someone to go against that, but the word doesn't necessarily tell me what someone is.
So it's not supposed to tell you what someone is.
What's the whole point of defining terms? If I was to go to you, Xay, right?
That's the point. That's the point of an umbrella term, though.
Not really. Even if we were to agree as to what the word trans is, we all agree that trans is referencing someone's identity, which is
that's lovely, and that's
right?
lovely, and that's lovely. And if somebody doesn't want to identify themselves as trans, they got queer. That's what queer is for.
But my
so hold on. Let me get right. Hold on. Just really, I just want to clarify. I just want to clarify something.
Sure.
Are you also coming up here to nitpick the fucking umbrella term of queer?
Well, I'm not nitpicking. How am I nitpicking? If we're saying why is being queer wrong, are we not referencing semantics? Shouldn't we understand what's being referenced here?
We're talking about sexuality.
Wait, you think queer is only in reference to someone's sexuality?
No. The conversation itself, we are talking about sexuality.
Wait. You think queer is only in reference to someone's sexuality? So now you're nitpicking.
I didn't say only. Didn't say only. Didn't say only. Didn't say only.
I allowed
didn't say
you to
only.
finish.
Didn't say only at all. Didn't say only at all.
I allowed
didn't say
you to
only at
finish.
all.
I just want the same
didn't
respect.
Didn't say only at all, sir.
Can I finish, please?
Go ahead.
Okay. The reason why I'm saying this is nitpicking is because when I'm talking to you in this context right now, I'm not using it in just one context. I'm not saying that, hey, when I'm using queer, I'm only using it in reference to someone's sexual orientation, right? I'm saying, right, that the word queer is also used in reference to someone's gender identity. You agree with this, do you not?
Yes, of course. We are talking about something specific.
Why do you only want
else.
to focus on the sexuality understanding of it? If I'm saying that this is what the word means. Now, the other point which I was making
why do you think?
Before you
why do you?
Why am I being interrupted, Jose? I haven't interrupted you,
sir. I'm answering your question. I'm answering your question. The topic itself, I am referring to sexuality
and
because we're not.
I could make my prior point. I was interrupted. Now, the reason why I'm saying that I disagree with the definition which you provided me, because if I went to you, Xay, right, and let's say hypothetically you never knew what a car was, and I said to you, a car is something which isn't a plane. Has that clearly demonstrated to you what a car is?
What the fuck type of comparison is that? What the fuck, dude?
What's the difference in principle here? What's the principal difference? We're talking on semantics, or we're not?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, sorry.
I know you can say Jesus real quick, all you want, but did you or did you not just say that it's okay to define things by what they're not? So would it not be okay?
What do you mean define them as what? What do you mean define them as what they're not? I said it's an umbrella term. What the fuck are we talking? Why the fuck,
are you saying umbrella terms can only be defined by telling us what they're not? Or umbrella terms in reference to something as by which they are? Which one? It can't be both here, otherwise it's contradictory.
Why the fuck are people willfully like being so obtuse right now? Why the fuck is it?
I think they're misunderstanding the question. That's why I wanted to just clarify.
Are we not talking in language right now?
So it sounds like a few people so far have been focused on whether or not using this term is right. Your question is around whether being queer is wrong, whether being someone who diverges from heteronormative, I guess I can't think of all the words right now. But like
heterosexual normality.
No, I'm not saying heterosexual. Just heteronormative behaviors, because queer encapsulates all of that. So queer includes sexuality, includes sexual kinks, it includes gender. So it includes all of these things. That's why it's an umbrella term. And so people are getting up here right now. This is the second person so far who is against the term queer, as opposed to like debating the actual question, which is around whether people being queer, rather whether being someone who diverges from societal norms is okay. Can we please debate that? Because that's the question.
Sure. So let me clarify then, and I'll bring it a bit more closer to the topic if you don't want me to talk in terms. I would say being queer is neither wrong, right, or okay, because the term queer is nonsensical.
So once again, you're focusing on the term, and we're specifically talking about being queer.
In fact, if you think I'm being obtuse and I'm nitpicking, we can just go to the second prompt.
But so maybe you didn't hear. Maybe you didn't hear Balagan. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. Balthazar. Maybe you didn't hear what he said. Balthazar, can you please repeat? Balthazar, can you please repeat what you said to me?
No, I think that Pill heard what I said there, so I think that's the issue. That's fine. What I heard Pill just say now is that if you think he's being obtuse around whether or not the term is okay, then he can move on to the second one, because this issue is with the term and not the people who are queer. Right? Is that right? Is that right, Pill?
Sure. I'm saying, once more as another clarification, I'm saying it would be nonsensical to even say that queer people exist because the term's nonsensical.
Okay.
I'm saying that there's no right, wrong, or okay way of being queer.
So I do want to clarify right now, right? This question is not debating whether or not queer people exist or whether or not the term is the correct term to talk about these people. So that isn't what we're debating.
Sure. So then
Right
that's
now,
why I said if you disagree with my proposition or my argument, then we
so
can
move on.
to
Yeah,
the
we can move on to the second question.
Yeah,
Great.
then just move. Yeah, just move the fuck on. Okay.
Sure. So then I would just
Next
say
question.
my issue with Pride Month would be is that it would be promoting, forms of misogyny, misandry, or sexism, and even in some contexts, homophobia, considering the fact that it's be promoting like the acknowledgement and demanding of trans rights or trans understandings.
How is Pride Month misogynistic, bro? What the fuck are we talking about?
Would you agree that when it comes to saying that trans women are women, and by Pride Month promoting this, it would be promoting that
Here we fucking
women are
go.
nothing more than some kind of regressive roles within society?
I don't know. You literally just had another woman up here by the name of Christy try to narrow womanhood down to the vagina. So who's really being misogynistic?
Sure, this is just going to be whether or not if we believe women to be referencing some kind of physical being or some kind of abstract conceptualization. Can you make an argument to justify the
real
abstract
quick,
concept?
again, just to clarify,
Can
right?
I finish?
No, historically.
1 second.
Right?
So when I interrupt,
I want to make sure they're on the same page. So that way you're not because I don't want to keep going in circles. Like I want to make sure y'all debating the same thing, right?
Okay,
so
go on,
if we're talking about the term woman, if we're talking about the term female, right? You're talking about woman as a gender construct, right? We've always, for centuries, understood that to be the case. This is not a new idea, right? They've always existed. So that isn't someone saying that a trans woman is a woman is not inherently misogynistic. So if you're going to say it is misogynistic, you need to explain how a trans person existing is misogynistic for that woman. Like, in what ways does that promote hate of women? Go ahead.
I literally just said, let's first agree as to what misogyny is. So we can agree that misogyny is first going to be the discrimination, aversion, and prejudice towards women, right? Within society. You would agree with me on that being my definition of misogynistic, or correct?
What'd you say again? Say that one more time. I cut out. Say that one more time.
Yeah, sure. So I would say, under my view and my understanding as to what I take misogyny to mean, it's going to be the discrimination, aversion, and prejudice of women within society.
No, that would be the patriarchy. The patriarchy is a systemic misogyny, enforcing those type of principles. Misogynies would be the hatred and contempt or deeply ingrained prejudice against women or girls or femininity, right? It's the patriarchy that you're referring to. That is the system of misogyny that enforced that type of misogyny and hatred for femininity.
Right, which was a result of misogyny. Yes.
Okay, right. Sure. It's a result of misogyny. Sure. Yes. That doesn't change the fact it doesn't change the fact that it's that misogyny being enforced in the patriarchy. That's what that is.
I'm not denying that patriarchy is a bad thing. I haven't denied this. I don't know why you keep trying to, focus.
No. I'm giving you my interpretation, sir.
Sure, you've given me interpretation. I said I agree with you.
Go ahead.
Did I not just say I agree with you?
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So then, would you also agree, right, that if we were to say that women are nothing more than regressive stereotypes within society, this would be misogynistic as a result of this?
What regressive stereotypes?
For example, if we're saying, if we was to go to, let's say, I don't know, Judith Butler's understanding within gender theory as to how they define a woman. They define a woman to be, let's say, some kind of adult human being with a desire to be in association with the characteristics, roles, and behaviors in alignment with the female sex, right? This is Judith Butler's understanding of this term. Now, I would argue that when it comes to referencing characteristics, roles, and behaviors, all we're referencing are performative stereotypes associated with women. How is this not misogynistic?
Well, because that's how all types of grouping works.
Hold on. What stereotypes of women are we talking about? Again, we're talking about specifically people that are living in femininity, right? Just simply living in femininity is not misogynistic.
No. I'm not denying that someone living in femininity is misogynistic. I'm not saying this. What are you saying? I'm saying if an individual is defining themselves based upon this femininity and that they're saying this is as to how they come into understanding of the category of woman, then that is the misogynistic part. For example, you can be
aligning with femininity with women automatically makes you misogynistic.
Bro, are you listening?
No. So
that isn't what I stated here.
Okay, what did he state? Please, I'm so fucking.
I'll say one more time. I'm not saying it's misogynistic for an individual, right, to align with the femininity which is associated with the female sex. I'm not saying that that's wrong. What I'm saying is wrong is for an individual to say that they are this identity because they align with the femininity in association with the female sex. That's what I'm saying is wrong.
And I just wanted to
There's
clarify
a big
that, like,
distinction
literally.
between those two sentences.
Sorry. Go ahead. I just wanted to clarify that, like, I hear you, Pill. I just think that, like, every single group, like, social group that exists in all of history defines themselves by characteristics. You might call them stereotypes, but they define that. That's how every type of social group exists. Whether you're talking women, whether you're talking ethnicity, whether you're talking sexuality, like there's those stereotypes, those ways of existing or ways of being. That's kind of what defines culture a lot of times. So it's not like that. So it's not. So I'm struggling to understand like why it's wrong, like why it's inherently wrong, because every single social group defines themselves by the things that are traditionally done.
I disagree.
Okay.
For example,
give me an example where that's not true. Give me an example where that's not true.
Yeah, sure. We can even go to one of the examples you provided, ethnicity. We can prove individuals' ethnicity because ethnicity will be referencing someone's geographical location within the world. Right?
Ethnicity has nothing to do with geographical. That you're thinking nationality. Ethnicity has nothing to do with geographical location.
Nationality is in reference to where you're born. What do you think ethnicity
you said
is?
geographical, that's where you're born, right?
Can I finish? I think potentially, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think maybe you've conflated race with ethnicity. If you said, hey, race is based upon stereotypes and is, associations, and
phenotypes,
norms
race
and
based on
understandings,
phenotypes.
whatever, right? I would agree with you.
Race is based on
when it comes to
phenotypes.
ethnic, when it comes to ethnic, we can prove ethnic.
Ethnicity is about
That's why
culture.
ancestry DNA exists. What if we 1 second, sorry, you know what ancestry DNA is, right?
Yes. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does ancestry DNA do to prove someone's ethnic?
They track a genetic history, so they look at like what types of genetic markers are common within like their. I can't. Yeah. So like, but my thing is like.
So wait, is this based upon stereotypes?
Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Is this based upon stereotypes?
No. Like they're
okay. So
identifying.
So then ethnicity isn't based upon
They're
stereotypes.
telling you your genetic
it doesn't
history.
follow this
They are
law.
not telling you your ethnicity.
1 second. Ancestry DNA doesn't tell you your ethnicity.
your
Ethnicity
genetic
doesn't
history.
reference ancestry. That's what I'm
Your
getting.
genetic
from.
history, yes.
How
your
the
genetic
fuck-
history.
Okay, and genetic history, when we look at someone's genetic history, this proves someone's ancestry, which would follow is their ethnicity, correct?
No, that's what I'm trying to tell. So I'm not trying to argue with them.
You don't
all
think
I'm trying to do
ancestry
here,
is
listen,
ethnic?
hold on.
Okay,
All I'm
interesting,
trying to do
interesting.
here, as somebody who has studied sociology, I'm trying to provide you with like what the common understanding of these things are. So ethnicity is not about someone's race necessarily. Sometimes they are aligned. Sometimes nationality or geographical, like where they come from, like sometimes that is aligned to their ethnicity, but sometimes it's not. So
it plays a factor. We can agree it's not determinate, right? But the point being is that you said when it comes to all forms of social categorizations, that they would all have to be based upon stereotypes.